Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is 2 o'clock. It's Tuesday. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, coming at you like we do each and every week to talk about all things building on your land. I'm Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined as I am each and every week by Dawn Dantzler, our Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience. Good afternoon, Dawn.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
It's going great. We are officially in fall because it's after Labor Day, so it's down to 100 degrees. So, yep, waiting on that next cold front. We got another cold front coming through this week. It'll be down to 99 degrees. Checking the weather.
Excellent.
Yep, we are gonna 1 degree a month. We should be down to a solid 94 by Christmas time. Maybe we'll be good.
All right.
So, yep, no, but all is good.
Well, then maybe we won't get a freeze in February. Like if that trend holds. Yeah.
So everyone is clear. She put that in the universe, not me. I didn't put it in the universe. Dawn put that in the universe.
It's on me. I'm sorry.
All right. So, but for real, folks, we are here. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. It is Tilson Tuesday. It's 2 o'clock. We want you to jump in. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building, what part of the process you are in, and what brings you to this. We have questions. Do you want to talk about building on your land? You want to talk about financing? You want to talk about construction site preparation or just construction? There are two different things, by the way, which actually differentiates building your land from everything else. That whole site preparation piece, getting your piece of property ready to go. Spoiler alert, that's not what this episode is about, but that does not mean you can't ask us questions about that. So we'd love to answer all your questions about anything that has to do with customization, design, financing, building on your land, site preparation, construction, general questions, specific questions, anything you want to know. But Dawn, tell us what we'll be talking about today on this particular episode of Tilson Live. What's going on?
So today we are going to talk about one of our newest models in our Waco location. We're going to take a peek at the Tampico. So go through the tour of that and then talk about some of the changes that we made in the model and other changes that you can make on your own home.
Very, very nice. All right. So yeah, the Tampico, it's got some really solid DNA in it from a design standpoint. We can talk about that a little bit. But it is a vastly improved version of kind of a number of our plans, very much modernized and super efficient use of space. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. But jump in, guys, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. Tell us what part of the process you're in. Can't wait to hear from you. We do this show each and every week for you. So we're here to answer anything about building on your land. We are a 90, I've lost count. What are we, 91 now? We're 91-year-old on your land custom builder in Texas. We've only ever operated in Texas. We are privately held. We're not a big public company. We're actually, by definition, a small business. We're not a big business. And we're here to help you guys. We're here to help folks that want to either move to Texas or that have already moved to Texas that are kind of done with their current living situation and ready to move out to that next phase. Predominantly what we build is rural, right? But not exclusively. Not exclusively. From time to time, we do build inside municipalities. We build in cities. You may think that you're rural and you may find yourself in a city. That might be a surprise to you. You may think that you're on 4 acres or 12 acres, and you are in fact on that. And then you may in fact find out that you are in the ETJ or you actually are in a city. Totally fine. Don't worry about it. That's what we're here for. So jump in, tell us where you're watching from, tell us where you're building, what part of the process you're in, and then we are going to kick off our presentation here in just a bit about the Tampico model. There's some really, really cool features about it. And but in the meantime, I know we got folks joining, so let's talk to them and then jump into the presentation.
All right, perfect. We have Ted who is joining us from McKinney. We're building a Fayetteville in Brazos County College Station. Our walls are up and the roof is on.
All
Awesome.
right, beautiful, Ted. Thanks for sharing. Yep, A&M with their solid win over the New Mexico Lobos this weekend. So lucky them. We've been known to lose these kinds of games when we schedule them carefully. We've been known to pay a team or two millions of dollars to come in and hand us an L. So we're glad that did not happen this weekend. And now the Ags are off to Miami. For you Texas fans out there, I know you got a big game coming up this weekend against the big old mean old Alabama. Best of luck. So anyway. We are going to get into this presentation, folks, but jump in truly as you're watching live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building, what part of the process you're in. Love to hear from you guys. Ted, thanks for trusting us. And Dawn, let's talk about the Tampico.
Yeah, let's talk about the Tampico. So there are 4 elevations or exterior options available for the Tampico, and here are what they look like. So the elevation A is that traditional hip roof look. Elevation B, which is the brick gable. Elevation C, which is the one that we actually chose for the model, which is the traditional farmhouse elevation, and then elevation D, which is the craftsman, which is a combination of brick and siding on that with some other accents going. This is the standard floor plan for the Tampico, and it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,700 square feet, just a little bit over. So very efficient plan. It's got a split bedroom. It's a split bedroom floor plan, meaning that the master bedroom in that suite is all the way on the opposite side from the rest of the bedroom. So they're separated completely from each other by that family room and kitchen. It comes with a study that could be very easily converted into a 4th bedroom if you were so inclined to do so. Got a nice corner pantry in that kitchen, got your center prep island in the kitchen as well. Just a very great plan, good DNA to it, like you were mentioning. It's actually a modernized version. The latest iteration of the plan prior to this is the Marion, which is the 2nd model in our Canyon. I'm sorry, in our Bryan location sitting next to the Canyon. But yeah, definitely goes back because it's related to the Nottingham as well. So it's been a good plan for us. And this is just like Eric was saying, a more modernized version of that.
Yeah, and when you walk into it, of course, being in the model, you'll see this as we get into the videos and some of the pictures, but the space here, right? Like it's kind of any plan that has these bones, these DNA, where it is wide open from the back wall of the kitchen dining space to the back wall of the family room, has a lot of promise and a lot of potential for all kinds of families, all kinds of entertaining. Obviously, lends itself quite well to patios, which we'll show here later in the deal. But truly, just this efficient use of space. Again, it goes back a long time from the dawn of not so open floor plans. This plan has been a hit, and it's just a really great modernized. And for 1,800 square feet, you will not find a more efficient use of space. It really feels as you walk in like a 2,000 square foot house, 2,200 square foot house, particularly a family room, which we'll talk about in a second. But the size of it rivals many of our larger 2,500 square foot and up family rooms. So it's a hit. And
Yes,
who really needs
absolutely.
that much? Who needs 3,000 square feet to heat and cool and pay taxes on and all that kind of good stuff? So and clean.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is what the model actually looks like in Waco. So it is that classic farmhouse, and we went with the white board and batten on it, and you've got the wood accents, that rough sawn material, just calling in the outside, and just a gorgeous plan. You've got that front rocking chair front porch, and just a lot of things that people are looking for right now.
Yeah.
So the options in the model, we did put in 3 of our custom options, but otherwise the model as you see it is going to be the standard plan. But we did go ahead and add in the cathedral ceiling in the family room. We added the rear covered porch and also changed the master bathroom to have the walk-in shower option rather than the tub. And that's really it. That's all we changed on this plan. Otherwise it comes as you see it when we're going through the videos. So some great options to show, and that really only added a couple of square feet just because that shower does bump out when you add it in.
Excellent. So again, folks, jump in, tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in, any questions about this plan or any others. We're here to answer all of those. But in the
Absolutely.
meantime, let's go check out the Tampico.
Yes, let's take a peek.
Howdy, I'm Eric out of Tilson Homes, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, and I'm so glad you're going to join us on the tour today of our Tampico model home in Waco, Texas. As you pull into the Tilson Design Center in Waco, Texas, you're going to see the 3 homes we have here, and to the furthest south, beautiful little farmhouse. That's the Tampico. We've done it in a classic farmhouse style, board and bat hardy plank with a beautiful, comfortable front porch. The elevation we've chosen for the Tampico model in Waco is a classic farmhouse design. We've got white board and bat with a lot of dark, natural wood accents that really help folks see how you can use the elements around you in nature for the exterior of your home. As soon as you enter into the foyer, you cannot help but notice all the natural light pouring in from the fixed family room windows. One of the things that's often overlooked as you go in the Tampico is a 9-foot minimum ceiling height throughout the home. But as you go in the family room, we've opted for a cathedral ceiling that goes from side to side that really opens up the space all the way from the kitchen dining area to the other side of the family room. It's really beautiful. One of the most unique features about the Tampico family room is that it's over 18 by 18 feet, which is the size of family rooms that we're putting in 2,500 square foot homes and larger. So it really feels open, and it really is open and can accommodate a large number of people.
All right. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful home, and it really does. When you walk in, it feels so big. But here's a close up of that exterior and that front porch. You can see how much space you have for the chairs there, and also we've got a beautiful front door on this home that I wanted to show off. But,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the just very subtle cedar accents. Obviously we did the shutters as well, which you can go with or without. It helps with the color to break it up some, but just the little
mm,
corbels that we put up in the soffits, and um, it's a really, really nice touch that a lot of our customers do. And yeah, like you said, for a house this size, so I can sit on this front porch. I can go sit on the front porch of the Canyon model in Bryan, Texas. It actually feels almost the same, which is why most of our customers are building. They have a beautiful piece of property. That's why they're doing what they're doing. So.
yep. And this is a peek at that foyer when you first walk in. So you've got that space to kind of where everybody enters into the home. So it's a little bit separated, and then from there you're going to walk straight into the family room. Which is absolutely massive. It is 4 by 18. It is a huge family room and connects straight on into that kitchen and dining area. So that's not even the full amount of space that you're looking at here.
Right.
Like I mentioned, we did put in the cathedral ceiling here, which makes the space feel even bigger. Like it would be plenty big without it, because you're going to have a 9-foot ceiling if you did do the cathedral. But with that cathedral ceiling, it just feels so big and wide open in that area.
Yeah, so I wish we had a picture. Well, I'm sure we do somewhere, I don't know, but of this room, we had the grand opening, and we had, I don't know, 40 people
Yes.
packed in here, maybe more. Had
I think
seating
I
all
put
the way back.
42 chairs in there.
42 chairs. Okay. And Justin was giving a seminar in here, so I mean, we had 42 people in there, and there was room to move around. We had a center aisle,
Mhm.
and yeah, a ton of space. I mean, you can see all this space here as you walk in. Of course, the study's off here. We'll show in a minute. But again, I want to go back to this room dimension, 18.4 by 18. I don't have the San Jacinto in front of me, but I think it's 18 by 20. So, I mean, you're literally talking one of the largest family rooms we have in our portfolio, and this is like 1'8" narrower. It's unbelievable how much space that our design team has put into this home, and it's all usable. So, a lot of our family rooms on some of our models have doors that go to the patio on the side, which is great. But the challenge with that is you do lose that wall, right, of
Right.
space. This one, you have all of the space to work with. Like there's no doors. It's all, like she said, just fixed glass windows ready to go. And so you get to use every bit of that space. And it's big. It doesn't feel big. It is big.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, we got some folks that
Right.
joined us and want to say
We
how
do.
do this. Sorry.
It's
Jumped
right.
the gun.
We got a friend from YouTube. Hi there, watching from Tyler. We're building a custom Fayetteville C with the upstairs bonus rooms on Lake Fork. The first floor framing is underway. The process is moving along. Awesome.
Nice. So much, Ms. Silcox. Thanks for joining us too.
We got Tynan saying it's so pretty. Yes, it is.
Thanks, Tynan.
Very pretty. Betty actually has a question for Ted. Curious how long it has been since you wrote the agreement. Eric, how long does it typically take from signing a contract to going under construction?
Okay, so we are past the craziness that is the backlog of supply chains and whatever. I refuse to use the word, but we have now moved into a more normal time frame, and by normal, I'm taking it back to 2019. So traditionally, Becky, we're looking at about 90 to 150 days, but from when you give us the initial deposit to when we are ready to go to construction. We have some going a little bit faster than that. We have some that take a little longer than that, but that's about right. What usually drives that time difference is going to be a couple of things. One will be if you're inside of a municipality, it's typically going to be longer because there's some permitting process we have to do through the city. If you have a subdivision or ACC POA approval, Property Owner Association or Architecture Control Committee, that can take longer if they don't meet very frequently. So it depends on the frequency of when they meet. If they only meet once a month, it's really, really important we get that information as early as possible from you or from them so that we can be sure we meet the earliest date possible. And then lastly, what it really depends on is the customer. So it's built on your land. So you are an integral part of the process. And I don't mean that, I mean that in a couple of ways, positive ways. One is your ability to assist us in getting utilities. So we can't just go get utilities on your behalf or on your property. You have to go get them. We can help you. We can hold your hand. We can, some of the times we can do the work for you, but you have to give the legal permission to get it done. We cannot do that. And then the other thing after that would be, how did I put it on? It was the customer's ability to be steadfast in their choices. In other words,
do you change your mind a lot?
the more steadfast you can be in your choices, the faster the process goes. That's an old word, steadfast. That's a word. So anyway, but we are shooting for as quick as possible because remember, Becky, the way our model works, we're locking you into a price up front that we don't get paid for till the house is completely finished. So it doesn't really do us any good to sit around and wait for things to get done. But there are things that must get done before we can start. Usually it involves engineering, design, septic permitting, utilities, color selections, obviously plan approvals, foundation, geotechnical investigations, which drives the foundation design. So those have to kind of happen in a serial manner. And then obviously loan approval, loan commitment, appraisal, that kind of stuff. So, but we're seeing several that are getting out the door in 80, 88 days. And what we're seeing on average is closer to the 120 to 150 range, depending on where you're building.
Okay, makes sense. We've got Dana, who is watching from Denver, Colorado, just started the process with Tilson and Texas Grand Ranch, waiting for the survey and underbrushing. We'll be building the Rockwall B. Awesome.
Gorgeous home, Dana. Thanks for trusting us, and you're going to love it there. It's quiet. It's peaceful. It's I love Texas Grand Ranch. I love it out there.
Yeah, it's so pretty. We've got Amanda sharing that it's gorgeous and she loves the cathedral ceiling. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, we love that too. And then Sherilyn's asking, what is the cost per linear foot of water line after the included 50 feet?
All right, Sherilyn, it really depends on where you're building. That's going to be a great question for your design center, for your sales consultant. They can have that number lickety split if you want to shoot them a message, either text, email, or give them a holler. But it does vary across the state, whether you're in Rock or not in Rock or what county you're in. And so they can help you a whole lot faster instead of trying to blanket the whole state, because it does have a pretty good range depending on where you're building.
All right.
I don't know how in-depth the price book that Dawn has pulled up is. So
that my price book that I have does not have that in. No,
not that one.
I don't know enough to play in that land, so I can tell you how much the cathedral ceiling would be. That's where I'm at. I'm out after that.
Very cool.
Let's see. Sorry, Betty had a comment. Howdy, I'm babysitting my grandson today from Hallettsville, where we will be building a LaPorte C in Lavaca County. We just had our color appointment on August 25th.
Awesome.
Super excited.
Well, hey,
that's awesome.
What you left out there was I'm babysitting my grandson who asked me to tune into Tilson Live. But we understand why you're watching. You know that was why it was that too. But no, thanks for trusting us. That is very exciting. At the color appointment done. A lot of decisions.
Yes.
So good. Word to the wise. first instinct is typically your best one. So if you like
Hmm.
your color choices, you're going to be good to go with them. Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. That is great advice. All right, well, let's take a look at this kitchen and dining
Cool. Keep
space.
dropping your questions into the chat. We'll answer every one of them. So one of the most essential elements in a farmhouse style home is the kitchen. It is the heart of the home. And the Tampico design nails it. It is absolutely open to the family room and the dining space. All of it can be one large open area to accommodate a large number of people for holidays or just watching the ball game or hanging out and enjoying the beautiful sunrises with your cup of coffee. You're going to notice when you're in the family room looking back towards the kitchen, big, beautiful 42-inch upper cabinets, which are included in all of our homes. We have, of course, granite countertops, which are also included. And we're trying to show you a lot of the things that are included in all of our homes so that you can see we really include a lot of features that most other builders charge as upgrades. So the Tampico is designed with one large open eat-in kitchen. So it has a dining space that can easily be just a breakfast room, or it'll accommodate an 8-person table or more, as you can extend the table out towards the family room, which is already, like we said, 18 by 18. So tons of space to do whatever size table you need to for special occasions.
All right.
There we are.
Just a
So
big.
yeah, it's a large dining space. That kind of gets missed on it because we, knowing that it is the only dining space you have in the house, we make sure that we go out of our way to be sure that it can accommodate all the guests at the holiday season. So
Mhm. All right, so there's kind of a peek at that kitchen, and I put the floor plan in there as well, so you can see kind of how that's laid out. So you've got a nice little working island in the center there, and then you've got the corner pantry. But yeah, it's a good size kitchen. As you can see, we've got a very large refrigerator there in that space, and just lots of places for storage and lots of places to work. And then you also have, that eating island there as well. So we've got 3 bar stools there, and honestly, we could easily fit a 4th. Into that space for you as well. And then there's that dining area. We have a 6-person table. I think during our seminar we had 20 people in this
right,
area,
yeah, it
at
was
least 18.
pretty
Like
tight.
it's a very large space. So you definitely lots of room that you have there that you could use for holidays or other special occasions, birthdays, whatever. Anytime you need to have a lot of people, lots and lots of space there. And you can see out through the windows, we actually did put the rear porch on here. So that's what you're seeing through the windows. But yeah, just a gorgeous, gorgeous house.
It is, and again, it's hard to visualize it all, but I want to go back to this picture here showing, kind of the zooming out of it's all visible as soon as you walk in that front door. You can see every bit of this, the door going to the patio, the dining area, the kitchen, all of it. It's just very, very well laid out and large.
Yeah, and then this picture, like the room is so big, it makes that furniture actually look smaller than it really is. Like those are big couches, folks,
I
which
can
I can
also vouch
attest
that
because
coffee
I
table,
had to move a couple of
that coffee
them.
table is very big and heavy.
Yes,
We moved it
I
around.
think it took 3 people to move that coffee
It is not
table.
playing around.
Yes, some big, big furniture in there.
Gorgeous. Well, let's check out some more parts of the house.
Yeah, let's take a look. We're going to look at the master bedroom and the study now.
Here we go. The Tampico model home in Waco is about 1,800 square feet. It's a true split floor plan. So the master's on one side of the home and the spare bedrooms are on the other. The beautiful part about that is the master suite is a really beautiful private space, and for the size home that it is, easily accommodates large furniture. So we've outfitted ours with a king size bed, king size furniture. We've opted for a shower in the master bath, which is a really beautiful centerpiece. Plenty of space in there, dual vanity, and a large walk-in closet that can easily accommodate multiple people. You'll notice as you enter the foyer, immediately on your right, we've opted for a study, which is what's included in the home. Now, it's a great space for entertaining. It could be a great space for studying. It could be a great space for working from home. It also can easily be converted into a 4th bedroom as it already has a closet in there. So just a really flexible space, and it's still kind of sequestered all by itself.
All right. So yeah, very generous sized master bedroom. We do have king size furniture in there. Gives you plenty of space and just a great layout here. This was actually one of the places that we definitely improved over the Marion is in the layout of that master
100%.
space.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest, one of the biggest lamentations of the Marion was it could not fit king size furniture. So that was from the feedback from you guys that have built with us. This is where we go back to the design table. Let's fix the spots where it needs to, and easily fit king size furniture, and you get your nightstands, you got a chest of drawers, all the good stuff, and just a couple of feet makes a big difference in a bedroom, especially. So nicely done.
Absolutely. And then this is that master bathroom, which we're showing. We put in the walk-in shower, and I do have on the next slide what the standard layout would usually look like in this space. But that just adds a little bit of extra space because the shower actually sits off to the side, and it's got the tiled bench in it. Just absolutely great space and great layout. Again, very efficient. In this side home, you've got everything that you need. You've got the laundry hamper, cabinetry, you've got, space for his and her side of the sink, all of that. So just great. And the walk-in closet, which I also have in here, is absolutely massive.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Yes. Yep. It's nice.
It's a good use. This next one, this is what the standard bathroom layout would be. So where we have that walk-in shower, you would have the tub shower combo. If you are team bathtub, personally, I'm team shower. But
team shower.
For those of you who want that bathtub, then there's a couple options. We actually have a soaking tub option. The standard layout is the tub shower combo. And then this is the master closet. There are actually two sides to it, which is what these two pictures are showing, but it is huge. Lots and lots of space to store everything. I'm big on storage space, and usually you miss out on that typically in a smaller home, but this one we were able to include all of that you need. So
yeah, another massive improvement on some of the other designs from earlier in this plan's evolution. They all had decent sized closets, but even the 2,000 square foot version, the Nottingham, it doesn't have a closet this size. And so the fact that our design drafting team was able to make that happen is a testament, and still get natural light coming in, which actually does help, I have found, with clothing selection. So apparently it matters.
But yeah, just a great space.
Yep.
Let's see, we've had a couple more comments come. Oh, sorry. Oh, forgot about the study.
I have a job to do.
I know. I'm sorry.
I read the one of show.
Right off the foyer, as you come into the home, we do have that study. So it sits nice off by itself. So if it is a work from home situation, or you're using it for a classroom or even a playroom, it's a great space all by itself. Good size, right there on the front of the house. So you know that you've got a dedicated space to do whatever. And then, like we said, you could easily make this a bedroom because it already has the closet in there.
Yeah. Dawn, are there any questions or anything anyone has?
No.
Okay. Well, I rudely interrupted you.
Let's see. Amanda's sharing that she loves the split bedroom. Yeah, definitely a plus, especially if you have kiddos running around the house.
Yes.
It's good to give everybody their own space. Sherilyn is just wanted to add that we are building the Gonzalez 4-bedroom floor plan in the living room in that plan. It's also really large. One of the many reasons we selected it, but the Tampico plan was a close second. Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Sherilyn. Thanks for trusting us and for sharing. Send us some pictures.
Yeah. And then we've got Gina. I have 2 tracts of property contiguous. How does the appraisal get figured out if the house is built going down the middle of both tracts? The county has advised that the tracts cannot be combined for taxes.
Okay, so a couple of little bit to unpack here, Gina. Great question. This happens significantly. This happens a lot of the time. So the appraisal that we're doing. So and I know where this can get a little bit confusing because the appraisal the county does, they have an appraisal, an assessment, and then there's an appraisal done for the loan. The twain shall never meet. Doesn't happen. So they don't talk to each other. The information is not changed back and forth. They truly don't. One doesn't have any impact on the other. Now, That being said, so we'll handle the first one first, the appraisal. So the appraisal that's done by the lender, or they send an appraisal out there, an appraiser out there to appraise the house as if it were built today, what it would sell for. So they're typically looking
Mhm.
at total square footage of land we're talking about. I don't know if it's 1 acre, 2 acres. I don't know if it's 15,000 square feet, 30,000 square feet, whatever the number is. They're going to look for comparable um, sales in the area, and the area could be 2 miles, could be 10 miles, could be 20 miles. Don't know. Um, and what they'll look at is if they find something that's close, either over or under, they will adjust it down or up to meet up with whatever size you are building on. So they're going to appraise it as if what you're building on those two combined lots would sell for today based on what else has sold of similar size home and similar size land in the area. And again, they adjust up and down both on square footage of house, square footage of land or acreage of land, all the way down to like garage, no garage, porches, all that kind of stuff. They make adjustments. And underwriters allow them a little bit of latitude in those adjustments. How much percentage are you adjusting? They're going to get a little twitchy, as Don says. If you're comparing a 1,700 square foot house to a 3,500 square foot house, that's not really and 100% adjustment isn't really comparable. That's not a comparable.
Right.
Okay, so that's the dollar value one. Has nothing to do with it, but that's a very important one, establishing your equity. The county, if the county says they can't be combined for taxes, that doesn't really affect you one way or the other. They're gonna tax you on the lots. They're probably listed on the county tax assessor's website right now. Lot 1, lot 2, or lot A, lot B, whatever. This one's $400 a year. This one's $437 a year, whatever the number is. One thing I would like to, and I don't know how far along the process that you are, so forgive me, but one thing would be to see if they're going to require you to replat those two lots into one, if that would be an option, or if it would be advantageous at all. It may not be at this point, but in some counties that is actually required that be done in order to build over the two of them. So that is definitely a question. If you haven't started the process, like started the permitting process or anything like that, that is one that we really, really need to look into. And I say that because each of those lots is likely to have some type of building line or utility easement running down either side of them. So you could theoretically, it's been a long time, Don. Long time since I drew a picture.
It has. It has.
Yes, and the crowd goes wild. So we have, let's see, we have, oh, Sharpie. We have two lots here that are side by side. Very simple. Okay. Well, each of these lots probably does have some type of building lines, setback lines, utility easements, something. Imaginary space that, okay, what's going to have to happen in a lot of cases is these utility easements that are between here, or building lines or whatever, drainage easements, whatever they are, they may have to be abandoned by whatever entities they've been. So let's say that the power company or the water entity or whoever has technically, even though they don't have any lines going through there yet, they have the right to put lines down there at some future point in time. You can get those. Obviously, that's going to be tough to do once we build a home across.
When there's a house.
So we would need to get those abandoned. And in a case like that, the county may require they be replatted. Those two be replatted as one. So we can help you walk through that process. We can hook you up with a surveyor that does that. We can investigate what the process is with your particular county or city. B County will not replat.
B County will not replat.
Like they don't have a replatting process, or they just say, we're not doing that today. Might be worth talking to, and I'm just throwing this out there. So you're probably talking to the county, which is the exact place to start. If we're not getting the answers we need from them, let's get a hold of the county commissioner. So every county is broken up into precincts. So almost like think of a county of B County as a state, or actually as a country, and that has various little states, probably 4 or 5 of them, little imaginary lines drawn, and there's little provinces within B County, each of which has an elected, emphasis on elected official that oversees that precinct. So county commissioner, precinct 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would get a hold of that county commissioner and just say, or even the county judge, who's he'd be like the chieftain of the provinces, also an elected official, and find out, just be sure, because we have found, I'm not saying this is the case in B County, love some B County, but you could be getting a hold of somebody who either has misunderstood the process or isn't conveying it properly to you, or maybe they're telling the 100% truth and B County has just adopted the fact they don't replat. I find that hard to believe, because if I'm a developer and I want to go into B County and take a 27-acre tract and cut it into 115 sites, they're not going to just say, yeah, sure, do whatever you want to do. I find that very, very hard to believe. There's some kind of a process somewhere. But the main thing is that those utility easements, drainage easements, whatever there might be, anything, we get those abandoned. And then in this case, abandoned is not a bad word. Abandoned is a good word. So,
like, going back to our original question, like, if you don't replat and you're building across 2 tracts, which of the 2 tracts do they assign the house to?
Great question. Great question, Don. I'm glad you asked.
I don't understand. All right. Rachel is sharing, love the use of space in the master suite. Yes, it's very well done. Rachel. Thanks, Rachel. Katie is asking, is there any limit on how many of the stacked shelves you could add? My hundreds of shoes would need the perfect home.
Okay, so the answer is yes. I mean, math is finite, so there would eventually be a number, mostly because there's a ceiling. Something to consider, Katie, might be having them at different heights, though, because boots require different space than, say, sandals. And I think flats and heels are somewhere in the middle, if I had to guess. I've never worn
depends on the height. Yeah, it depends on the height of the heel.
Right, of course it does. So, how about a roper heel? How's that? Where does that sit? Mine's about an inch. So anyway, yes, you can add different steps, and that would make total sense. Traditionally, they're between 12 and 16 inches apart. Actually, they're either 12 or 16 inches apart is what we've typically seen. If you want more space than that or less space than that, obviously we can accommodate.
Okay, perfect. Christopher is sharing, saw the canyon in Bryan. Awesome experience. Glad to hear that. Would it be possible for Tilson to go ahead and pour the foundation for a metal building while doing the house's foundation? Would be our garage shop.
Yeah, we've done that before, Christopher. So we certainly have. Yep. I don't know that it would be. We really need to know. There's a couple of things. If you're going to be having any plumbing inside that metal building, that would be really mission critical to know at slab pour. If you're planning on doing a kind of a bathroom or sink or anything like that, or both, we would need to know that ahead of time and have those. So you really have to have the design kind of done. So it may not be. So it could be cost effective to do it now, but if you have to go bust out concrete later to put in your commode or sink or shower or anything like that, you've kind of eliminated any savings that you did. So that's one thing. And then the other thing would be what type of exterior you're going to be doing. So what we need to know is if you're going to be doing like a metal building, because that's going to determine where we drop the slab. Because even on just a plain metal building, you still do a little slab drop for the outside. So water doesn't wick into there, or you're going to be doing stone or brick wainscoting or anything like that. So it could be cheaper to do it, but it may not necessarily be cheaper to do it if you're having to overhaul the concrete later. So just a couple questions to think about.
Good to know. Ms. Silcox is saying, just adding in, we are building across our 2 lots in Wood County. Our lots are taxed individually, but our county does not require that we replat into one lot. Our appraisal went through just fine. Yeah,
and thank you, Ms. Silcox, for doing that. And Gene, if I had to guess, knowing Wood County and knowing B County, they're probably operating pretty similarly. But I would just want to double check first. So
let's see. That's what she says. We have 27 acres, no pipelines, just hayfield. Thanks for taking so much of your time. I hope this does not take away from others. Oh, absolutely. We're here to answer all your questions. Let's see. She says, I was told you cannot change the Bible, so you cannot change the abstracts. but I could build anywhere on the property. Yes, it's very confusing. Again, I will follow up with Talon. We have some other issues that came up. So thank you so much. And thanks to Faith for supporting us at Tilson as well. Awesome.
That's
Oh,
cool.
thank
Well,
you.
that's a that sounds like a very B County kind of thing to say.
Yeah, so that person is darn determined. They're not replatting. So
Oh, no one's asking you to change the abstracts. Harris County, which is the largest county in the state by population and has probably, I don't know, 8 million people in it and gazillion subdivisions. I don't think they've ever changed the abstracts, not one time. And yet there are hundreds of thousands of lots in there.
So traditionally, it's all kept in a book, and the good thing is all the
Probably the
books have
same
more
as it was
pages
in
at the end. We
1836.
just
Probably this just exactly like it was when we joined the Union in 1845. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Give me a break.
We get Jennifer sharing, hey guys, after 8 long months, we're finally cleared for our pre-construction meeting on September 27th, building a modified Breckenridge in Hill County, praying to be in our new Tilson home this time next year.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah, I think we can probably make that happen. That's probably going to happen.
That's amazing.
That North Texas
That's
team
awesome.
has been blowing through them pretty quickly in the last 6 months. So thanks for hanging in there with us.
Yeah. We've got Mark. Howdy from Mark and Cindy. We met Eric at the spring seminar a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
We spoke of water issues and crazy deep wells. Alam Water should have our meter set this week near Caldwell.
All right. Yeah, I remember that in Burleson County. So that's very, very cool. And I'm glad y'all are going to be out there. And yeah, it was great mixing it up with you guys. It was fun.
Jennifer says they are so excited. I'm excited for you. That's
Sure.
awesome. I'm glad that you guys have made it through, and the Breckenridge is a great choice. So it's going to be a beautiful home. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the bedrooms in the utility room in this model.
All right, we're doing it. Keep
Y'all
dropping
keep
your
dropping
questions,
your
comments,
questions.
everything in the chat. I'm sorry to talk over you. I apologize.
It's okay.
Beautiful design about the Tampico and a timeless way to do this on the split floor plan is the spare bedrooms being on the opposite side of the home as the master and the spare bedrooms having their own space. So whether you got kids that are growing up over there that need their space for studying or taking naps, or if you're accommodating guests and it's nice for them to have their own space. So the bedrooms are separated, they share a bathroom, and it's a really beautiful working space. So conveniently located right off the kitchen, right next to the walk-in pantry, you'll see access to a large utility room, particularly for an 1,800 square foot home. So obviously you have space for your washer and dryer of any size, but it also has room to accommodate a stand-up freezer, which a lot of our customers want because they're living out in the country, and it has a large storage closet for just anything you might need to store dry goods.
All right. So yeah, here are those 2 additional bedrooms, and the great thing about them, they are exactly the same size, folks. So your kids will not be arguing over who got the bigger room because the rooms are exactly the same size. And yeah, just great space. And they're divided by that bathroom. It sits in between them, so they are not sharing any common wall. So again, everybody's got their privacy. You shouldn't be complaining about the noise that the siblings make and like wall banging, all of that. So.
It doesn't mean your kids won't whine. Don's not saying that.
They'll find something. Oh, I didn't say it was no whine. I'm saying they're not going to whine about that.
Fair point.
And they both have very generous closets. So yeah, great use of space in that. And they're just done up so pretty. The decorator did a great job with these.
They're awesome.
And then this is the bathroom that they share, again, right in the middle. So they've got the tub shower combo and the sink, and then lots and lots of storage cabinetry in there. And this is the utility room. Like we said, that's right off the kitchen. And you've got plenty of space for your washer dryer, as well as that space for a freezer in there and an additional storage closet. We were trying to find all the places to put extra storage and extra usable space in this plan. So that's just one other thing we were able to add in here.
And there's lots.
Yes, there is lots. That's one of the things I love about this plan. And let's see, we've got Joseph. He's got a question. I'm saying, hello, me and my fiance love Tilson homes. Oh, thank you. Construction question. What max distance does a stationary meter pole need to be from construction?
Okay, so technically that is the co-op, the power company's choice. And what it's going to depend on, Joseph, is if you're doing overhead power or underground from that last pole. So for example, typically on overhead power, it'd probably be 50 to 75 feet away. Although I've seen more, but that's traditionally what I've seen. If it's underground, if you're going to go underground from that last pole to the house, I can tell you from personal experience, 350 feet is no big deal. That's a real thing. So what that will determine, excuse me, is the gauge of wire that needs to be used, the diameter of the electrical wire that must be used to make that run, because you do have some amperage loss over that distance, but nothing that can't be overcome from inside of 100 to 300 feet. But overhead to overhead, I've seen usually 75 is kind of the max, 50 to 75 feet, and then underground, I mean, you can go pretty good ways from that last pole. So hope that helps. But you might verify with the power company if they have a requirement. If they don't, then we'll lean on our electricians to make the call.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, we have one more video to see. We've got the back porch and then just kind of some wrap up stuff. So let's take a peek.
Let's check it out. So immediately off the dining space of the Tampico, we've opted for a 15-foot by 10-foot rear covered porch, because we know most of our customers are building on their land because they enjoy the outdoors. And so we wanted to be able to recreate that space of what you might be using this for. And it's a really pretty place to see the sunrises here in Waco. As with all of our designs, the Tampico comes with a number of custom options that are available for it. So various garage locations, bedroom options, cathedral ceiling options, covered porch options, anything that you can really do to design this home, and you can do all that on our website. And beyond that, we can make more changes to accommodate you and your family. Thank you so much for joining us on this tour of the Tampico model home here in Waco, Texas. We hope it was helpful for you and enjoyed it. We really hope you come see it soon, but ultimately we hope to soon make you part of the Tilson family. You've got to get some new talent for these videos.
All right, so yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful outdoor space. So this is the rear porch option that we're showing, and it kind of echoes back to that cedar from the front. So you've got your cedar post there, and then you've got all those windows in the back that are letting in all that natural light that you can see.
Yeah, and kind of going back to Joseph's question, I'll bet you that this electrical panel that's coming into this house, I'll bet it's 400 feet from the service, because the service of this, remember, Don, that where the fence is on the far north end of our property, where the trailer used to be, like behind the trailer the sales trailer we were using, probably 75 or 80 feet behind that, and then a kind of a directional diagonal line from there. Like, that's a long way. So,
yeah, so there's two other houses and an open field where we have basically the equivalent of another house there. So yeah, it's some distance.
It's a minute. So anyway, yeah, the covered porch, of course, why people are buying and building on their land out here. And y'all, if you hadn't gotten to see this design center in Waco, you got to make the trip. It is absolutely worth this, and the Angelina both are worth the trip. And bonus, you get to see a little casita, little 2-bedroom casita.
We've got the 2-bedroom casita out there. So,
and there's a Bush's Chicken right down the road. If you like fried chicken and sweet tea, you might be in luck. It's also a CrossFit gym, but that's, pick your poison.
No,
I'm going to Bush's. Life choices are hard, Dawn. They're very hard.
Hey, look, you got to have priorities.
Some are easy. Some choices are very easy. Anyway, what else can be done with this home, Dawn? Does it have to end here?
So there are lots of things. So we have, as with most of our plans, we've got our, pre-designed custom options, which is what we've actually put on the Tampico. So this, I've got that pulled up. So this is the Tampico C and what we've done. So, like we talked about, we added the rear covered porch on ours, and we did the family room cathedral ceiling, and we did the master bath walk-in shower. So if you added all of those things, you would have, which wanted to delay. Okay, so you added all of those, you have the model floor plan. But we often get asked about, some other common things, like what if I wanted a garage? We have 3 garage options on this plan. So you can do the front load garage right there. We also have 2 side load options. So in that same space where the original front load was, or you can put it over on the side of the home here. to kind of elongate that. So you've got three pre-designed garages, and honestly, if none of those work for you, you can tell us where you want it, and we'll figure out where to put it. Some other ones that I like, if we get a lot of questions about, can you move where the kitchen is? We have an alternate kitchen option that moves this kitchen to the back of the home, and so flops it with the dining area, so you can kind of choose where you want that to be. I mentioned, we put in the walk-in shower in the bathroom space, but you could also do a soaking tub by itself if you wanted that, or you can split it and have a walk-in shower and your tub going on. So a couple options that you have there. The master bedroom is another one that you can flip it if you wanted the bathroom and the closets in the back and the bedroom to the front, because maybe that's where the view on your property is. That's also something that you can very easily do. We also do have adding in a fourth bedroom. So you can go ahead and just straight up add a fourth bedroom and still keep the study. That is an option as well. Yeah, or you could have 5 bedrooms. And then if you're kind of looking at it and thinking, hey, I wanted a little bit of a bigger pantry, we actually have an alternate utility room option that puts that utility room in between the bathroom and bedroom 3. So it moves bedroom 3 back, and then you get all of what was the utility room becomes your pantry. So you get a big storage space there. So lots of options. And then, you also have a fireplace, pre-designed location for your fireplace, as well. If you wanted like the really, really big back porch, we've got that pre-designed for you as well. So lots of options that you can do with this home. And that is all there on the website that you can just play with it and put them together. And the normal caveat, just because you can't combine it on the website doesn't mean you can't combine it in real life. It's just we are limited with the digital stuff of what exactly we can get it to combine, but we can figure it all out when we have a bottle of white out and a pencil.
Well, yeah, which brings us to the rest of it. Yes, I mean, obviously, guys, keep asking your questions and comments. Kind of make this last call for questions or comments, anything like that. Anything built on your lot related, financing, construction, site preparation, utilities, the Tampico design or otherwise. But yeah, I mean, like Don said, that's why we have these design centers. Okay, so that you can run into those and you can meet with one of our consultants that can sit down with you and start asking those questions, finding out what your needs are. Take a scale, red pen, and really start redlining these plans for you. That's what they're trained to do, and price it right there in front of you while you sit there and wait. Not giving you a list of allowances, not telling you it's going to be about this. We'll get back to you. Like, we can give you the price. You want to add footage? We give you the price. You want to add cabinet? We can give you the price. You want to do crown molding? We can give you the price. Wood floors? We got it right there in front of us. So
you want to change window sizes? Whatever you want to do to this house. Yeah.
Done. You want a purple commode on the ceiling? We're not the builder for you. So there's all kinds of things you can do, folks. Again, like we said, it does not have to end here. We have 12 design centers open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, Sundays, noon to 6. We have a award-winning website open 24/7. That is Tilson's Front Porch. You can come to us anytime there, submit inquiries, play with the plans. There's virtual tours. There's customer testimonials on there as well as on YouTube. We got new home specialists sitting by to answer your high-level questions, make appointments for you, walk you through that financing, talk to you about Easy Buy to make sure that's the best option for you. Like I said, the YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, all of the places, all of the things, lots of content to answer your questions, lots of ways that you understand how we build our homes. We're very transparent. We show you exactly what we do every step of the way. And try to explain it the best way we can. And anyway, Dawn, what's happening? Any other things happening this weekend or seminars? I think we got those are good in the middle of the month.
We've got a couple of in-person seminars happening this weekend.
Okay.
Let me check real quick. Yeah, we've got the Waxahachie office is actually talking about Easy Buy. So you've heard Eric and the Spring offices as well. So you've heard Eric mention that a couple times. If you're wondering what that is, they will be explaining it to you there.
For sure. So anyway, folks, we are here to help you guys. All of the things we do here are for your benefit. We know this is a big decision. Oh, we got someone who loved the open concept natural light. We don't want to. Elizabeth told us.
Yeah, Elizabeth was sharing that she loved the open concept and the natural light from the windows. Yes,
which is what we find with most of the customers we're building for out in the country. That's why they bought the land. So, speaking of that, again, we know that it's a big decision. There's lots of questions seemingly lots of unknowns. Great news. It's not unknown to us. It's highly likely we have encountered the situation, just like Miss Cunningham's situation, building across 2 lots. And by the way, if we haven't, apparently we have a customer that has. So that's that's got pretty comforting. Pretty comforting to know
Yes.
that you're not a guinea pig. It's not the first time we're building out in your area. And we've certainly got the wherewithal and the chops, as they say, to get this figured out and get it done for you. So been doing this for 91 years. We'd love to do it for you guys and help in any way that we can. Do not hesitate to reach out. That's why we're here. We're a resource. Whether you build with us or not, we are here to be a resource. We'd love the opportunity. But until that time, we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.